Within Kingdom Hearts 3, there is a mystery about the story that nobody discusses. Unraveling this mystery connects Quadratum to our other characters and could reveal what may be a huge shift in Kingdom Hearts 4's story as the search for Sora's whereabouts continue after Riku's departure. More specifically, after the events of Melody of Memory, Mickey is in Scarlet Kylum and Dawn and Goofy are exploring past worlds Sora's visited to find traces of him. And this aspect is what I believe will lead to a fascinating revelation from the duo. Our mystery begins in a past world we'd ventured through in Kingdom Hearts 3, the very world where the Kingdom Hearts universe would first acknowledge a popular video game known as Verum Rex. Throughout the course of the Toy Box world, we have another encounter with young Xehanort, an encounter that leads young Xehanort blasting us into a game called Verum Rex Beat of Lead. To everyone playing Kingdom Hearts 3, this is just a classic minigame segment during a world visit, but it's much more than that. A much similar thought occurred from the community when we saw the Verum Rex cinematic. Many would refer to this as a cool Versus 13 reference at the time and think nothing more of it. This would be until the secret ending was released, and along with Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind and now Kingdom Hearts 4, it's very clear that Yozora is going to be a pivotal character in Kingdom Hearts' future story, along with Verum Rex. Another way of viewing this Verum Rex game we were forcefully summoned into during the story is that this is a path to Quadratum, as some characters refer to it, the other side of our world. This could be a portal that our other characters could use to get to Quadratum. However, the portal isn't the only interesting part. We need to explain just how this portal was created and why it may exist. To understand this, we must understand the state the Toy Story world was in when we would arrive, which allowed the other side of this world to bleed into ours. As we deep dive into this, remember to subscribe, and if you want to go the extra mile and get insight into future speculation and theories, we have a Patreon link below as well. When we arrive in the Toy Box world, the toys mentioned to us that their friends had vanished when the Heartless and other weird things started happening. We'd get further elaboration on why this happened from young Xehanort, who would explain that this toy box we play in is a copy of the real world.
What's that mean?
It probably means they split this world in two. Your friends in one world, us in the other. Only one of the worlds is real, and the other is just really convincing.
You could take this a step further and say this is a loosely similar scenario to what happened with Sora and Riku in Dreamed of Distance's worlds. However, these were the sleeping worlds, and as far as we know, Toy Box wasn't asleep during this visit. There's no signs of Dream Eaters or anything. But what if? Young Xehanort, the villain of Dream Drop Distance, being the villain of choice in this world is a clear sign at a parallel being established by the writers. While it's unlikely this world was asleep during our visit, the worlds being split in general is very peculiar. If this isn't the sleeping realm, then are we to be sure this copy still is a part of the realm of light? During Kingdom Hearts 4's first trailer, in the few lines of dialogue it had, we got told that Quadratum is a sort of afterlife. Following up on that information, the belief for why this theoretical portal to Verum Rex or Quadratum is even able to exist is due in fact to the worlds being split in two, and Toy Box being taken out of its normal state. I believe there is a correlation to the worlds being split and this afterlife in Quadratum. This altering of the world and its hearts allowed a cousin of sleep to be a lot closer to the world than it would typically be. This afterlife bleeding into our world was in the form of this simple little mini game that just happens to be Verum Rex, the very world that is connected to Quadratum, Yozora, and ultimately Kingdom Hearts 4. Maybe this isn't convincing. It could just as easily be a simple minigame, and as young Xehanort says, we are playing it from inside the screen we were launched into. That could be all it is, a game. But when you go into this minigame and decide to explore it, it's actually possible to see a city in the distance. Maybe this is the same city we see in the secret ending. Actually, if this proves correct, it's most definitely the same one we see in the Verum Rex cinematic. Now, while Riku has a lead through the Nameless Star in the final world, and is on his way to what could be Quadratum, Dawn and Goofy are still searching for clues through the past visited worlds. This gives them a clear reason to revisit Toy Box and make this discovery. It's the only world in Kingdom Hearts 3 that mentions Yozora, and the only question from here would be how exactly do they put the pieces together? It's possible that through another conversation with the Nameless Star, she shares the name of Yozora like she did with Sora in his visit to the final world. Eventually, someone could relay this info to Donald and Goofy, and it prompts them to take another look at this world. This would lead them back to Galaxy Toys, where they would likely find that this portal is closed. Now, this is a bizarre turn of events, but in the end credits of Kingdom Hearts 3, it's heavily implied that Toy Box returned to normal, likely when the Xehanorts were defeated. That copy of the world probably wasn't going to stay the whole time, so through some turn of events, they'd have to recreate this scenario of the world being split, though Donald and Goofy likely don't have the power to do so without the Keyblade, but they know many who could be of help. Riku used the power of waking to travel to the world the Nameless Star was from. It's unknown if everyone else can use that same portal Riku created, or if they need another method. Especially since Riku was already on the other side, it's likely they would need to find another path. And this path through Toy Box could very well just be the path they take. This world is very clearly a special one in the Kingdom Hearts series, and the belief is that the World Toy Story will likely make more appearances in the future. But there is one more thing we have yet to discuss. You see, there is two sides to everything, and while we may have figured out the path to one side, what about when they do make it to the other? They'll need to find some other way back. Well, we could always talk about that another time. I'll see you guys in the next one.